Oluyor.
Açılmadı bu. Açılmadı. Please pick up the candies. Dear guests, this is one of our beautiful customs which called shashu. By throwing these candies for you, we are sharing with you with our happiness and well-being. Thank you. Rahamet. This is it. Yeah, it's like the Kimbals. А это вкусно. Теперь нужно будет biscuits. Butter. Rahmet. A pink yurt. Please. Come in, please. Come in, please. We are really happy to host you because Kazakh people are very hospitable. We love to invite the guests. We love to host the guests in our village, and of course to treat you with some delicious food and snacks which we have in our culture. So today, right from the entrance, you were welcomed with some candies. This way, we wanted to express our hospitality to you right from the entrance. And then you were treated with some traditional party bread called baursak. The word baur means brother. So when we share this bread with the guests, we want the guests to feel how important you are for us, because for Kazakh people, guests are really important. And also, you probably have noticed that when we were sharing some tea with you, and we were pouring just a little bit of tea, just several sips, because once you drink those several sips, then you will give your bowls us back and we can refill it with more tea. And this way we want you to stay longer, and again we want to express our hospitality to you. And we have another custom which also shows our hospitality, is a special welcoming song, especially for the guests. And this is our traditional instrument called dombra. Back in the days, people used to share their news using this instrument. They used to express their feelings, their emotions, or even a man, if he liked a girl, as it was a very bad manner for a man to stare at the girl. It was almost impossible, so he could just sing her the song, and through the song he would show his sympathy to that girl. So now we would like to sing this special song, especially for you, our dearest guests. And through the song we would like to share our hospitality with you, and would tell you how we are happy today to have you all here with us, dear guests.
Özüm arzamdı
айтсам да сөзім қымбат бейбайдай бекер қарап отырған жараспайды қар өлеңмен айтайын аз насихат бейбайдай бұлдырғын биылдай ол да жоқтың биылдай ұстараның жүзіндей аударылған дүние-ай жүруші-едік той-тойлай тұрғын белбеу бір байлай әдездеп келгенде сөйлесейін ыңғайлай хат жазамын қолыма жауабың маған анық бейбайдай сыбайласым кім болар деп жүргендей бәйгатымдай тұрыпсың тағаланып бейбайдай бұлдырғын биылдай бұлда жоқтың биылдай ұстараның жүзіндей аударылған дүние-ай жүруші-едік той-тойлай тұрғын бір байлай әдездеп келгенде сөйлесейін ыңғайлай әдездеп келгенде сөйлесейін ыңғайлай.
So dear guests, and now I'd like to tell you a little bit about our ancestors because without them we would never have this beautiful present today, right? So, our ancestors used to be nomads and they used to have migrating way of life. Maybe most of you already know this fact, and they used to move actually 4 times a year, the whole year around. And they used to be the cattle farmers. That's why actually they used to follow their cattle, which mainly was consistent of the horses and the sheep, and sometimes they also could own some camels. As they used to live as one big village called Owl, they used to own about thousands of animals. And every spring they have actually started the process of collecting of the wool from their 1,000 sheep, because with that wool later they would make a special material which is used to be very waterproofing, very solid and very high quality at that time, called felt. With felt material they would make the layers, they would make the carpets, they would make their outwear clothes, the blankets, and actually with that felt material they would also cover their wooden tents, because that time they have adapted everything to their moving way of life. So even they used to live in the wooden tents called yurts, and from outside they would cover them up with some felt material. And even inside the house the floor would be also covered with that felt material. By the way, they had chosen a special period of time which was middle of April up to middle of May for this collecting of the wool process, because especially in this time the wool will contain more fat. And then also the spring season for them was the nicest time for preparing for the next winter. So every spring they had also the beginning of that fermented horse milk beverage, and winters used to be the end of fermented horse milk beverage. And of course the food also were adapted to their moving way of life, so they used to eat a lot of snacks. Snacks like the one you have tried just now, that bread borsak, which actually they could have on the way with them while they were moving, and this bread will not be spoiled. And also they used to eat that, you had this now as a dessert, that millet thing. But back in the days it wasn't a dessert. It was just the ground powder made from millet mixed with some butter, sometimes some honey, and they could have it as a snack to stay full for several hours when they were moving on the way. Also, they used to drink a lot of fermented horse milk. Who of you, dear guests, have tried the fermented horse milk this morning?
You tried. You tried.
Oh, not so many hands. You didn't like it probably, no?
You didn't like it?
Nah.
So, actually,
We're not used
this
to it.
milk is very sour, but maybe you didn't like it really because of the sour taste, but you know that actually local people here in the cities and towns in Kazakhstan really didn't get used to drink this milk either before pandemic. After pandemic, really people figured out how much benefits they could get from drinking of this mare's milk, because mare's milk is actually considered as a very low fat milk, very healthy milk, full of vitamins and with very high healing properties. We milk horses 5 times a day, 5-6 times a day in comparison with the cows. All the vitamins are still saved in that milk. We milk horses, then we fill this milk in these barrels, leave it, and while it's left in the barrel, it would start getting spoiled naturally. Then, when the barrel would be full of the milk, women started beating the milk about 500 times during the whole day, every 1-2 hours to make it fermented. So if the milk was staying here from 3 up to 5 days, it would be very slightly sour, fresh fermented horse milk, which will be very good for the whole body, but especially for the lungs. So people that time actually had even healed some lungs problems, some lungs diseases like pneumonia or tuberculosis, drinking this beverage a lot. And people also used to drink this milk to stay resilient, to stay healthy, and because of their very harsh lifestyle, they used to have these products to stay toned, okay? And also, if the milk was not like right after milking, just fresh horse milk, they could even feed this milk their babies could be fed with this milk, because this milk will really strengthen their immunity system and will also recover them from some diseases. Actually, if the milk was staying here more than like 10 days, it could be very strong fermented, and because of this strong fermentation, the milk could even have an alcoholic effect just because of the strong fermentation. So people that time, like the men, if they were from the hunting, from very hard tiring day, they could have this milk just to relax. But also, if they want to have it again back fresh fermented, they would just mix it with some fresh horse milk, and again they would receive some fresh fermented horse milk here. By the way, now this is actually all I wanted to tell you about the nomadic lifestyle, about some products which we have in our culture still and are used still. Now I'd like you to know that all of these traditional clothes are for you to try. Now we will have 3 options for the activity. So now
So I'm trying the Kazakh traditional dress, and Jeremy doesn't want because he's such a party pooper.
They ran out.
Huh?
There's no more.
There's no more.
They ran out.
They ran out.
Yes.
So you were not.
Ara is a party pooper. She doesn't want to do archery.
I don't know how. You should teach me.
You pull the string and you let go.
I suck at it.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll try archery in a minute.
You'll never be good if you don't try.
Hay nako.
Good? Let me know when you're done.
Alright, I'm done.
You're done?
You like this? Look at me like this. Like this. Yes. Now go up. No. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, go. Like this.
Whoa!
Let's go to the traditional house.
Right foot, right.
So inside?
Okay.
But in our native language, we usually call it keys, which means a house made from felt. This house is fully ecological because it's made from a willow tree, and such house may be constructed by just 3 people or 1 family in just 2 hours. This house contains of 4 main elements. Our walls called kerege, these long wooden poles, and our roof, which has its sacral meaning and called shanrak. Usually, we start installing this house with installing of the doors first, and the doors face the sunrise, the east. Then we usually connect the doors to the walls with just ropes. So if you take a look to the whole house, all the elements here are connected with just ropes. In this house we have 8 walls, and this is an average 8-wall house for the family of just 4-6 people. Usually they were measuring their houses with the quantity of the walls. So, and the biggest ones were 24 or 32 wall units, which were tremendous. So also we have our roof, which is a sacral element of this house and the most important element of this house. And actually, to build up the other elements to this house, a man should hold this roof with a long wooden pole, and he was holding it for about half an hour, while other family members would tie up the walls to these long wooden poles, and then one by one they would put them into this roof. Then the carcass of this house is done, and they would go outside to cover up this house from outside with felt. Actually, some of the elements of this house have their philosophical meaning. For example, the doors. They're quite short, and you have all noticed this, right? And this is because when you come in, you should take a bow to show your respect to the owners of this house. If you step in with your right foot first, this means that you are here with good intention, good thoughts. On this floor, we also have this threshold. Come in, please, right foot first. Threshold, which we on here because we have a belief that our ancestors' spirits are sitting there to protect the house from evil light. Our roof, Shanra, compass, they could define their location that time, and moreover, they already used to know how to handle with the stars, so they used to follow the stars, and with the stars they could predict when the cold season will start or if they have to move from one place to another place. This house is divided into 2 sides. The women's side, which is from the left, if you look this way, and the men's side. So the women's side was usually decorated with those wooden chests called sanduk. Usually they were bringing to the house by a woman as a dowry, and woman used to bring several of them, and in them she would store her blankets, dishes, and other stuff like that. However, the men's side was decorated with their costumes, with their weapons, arrows, bows, and hunting trophies. In case a war has suddenly started in a village, men could come to the house immediately to collect of all his stuff, put on his armor, take the saddle to go and participate in the war. The spot at the head of the table at the top of this house is the most honorable place of this house for the most respected guests. Still, we keep following the same tradition that if we host our guests in our village, in our house, we ask them, please take a seat at a tour place to show our respect to the guests and our hospitality to the guests as well. By the way, in also the spot from the right side on the floor was for the man, the host, and his spouse from the right. Enemies were aware that the man used to sit from that side, so they may even sneak up from outside and kill a man with a spear. So for this reason, usually Sanduk box was standing behind the horse's back to protect him from the death. In this house, we have another place for the baby's cradle. And it used to stand from the women's side. So usually a cradle will be just carried by the woman anywhere she would go. She would hold it with her, or even if they were moving, they could tie the cradle to the horse's hip. So while they were on the way, it will be rocking and baby will stay calm in the cradle. Here, the babies used to sleep from their 40 days up to 1 year. And also, in under the cradle, we have a secret place where we hide something. What do we hide there?
The most important the pillow.
Yeah, thank you. So, dear guests, we keep a felt-made potty there, toilet for the baby. So before we use it,
I will sleep.
You will sleep there.
fill it with some sand, and then we keep it back into the hole. And also here we have these two wooden sticks, which used to be made from the sheep's bones. This is for the girls. This is for the boys.
Smoking pipes?
Of course, for the baby. After laying down to smoke a little. So, dear guests, what do you think this were used for? Is it for feeding? No, not really.
Or is it like a toy?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, dear guests, we usually use this as a natural diaper for the baby and pampers for the baby, and it worked this way. We got a boy here, so we have this boy's stick, and we put it here between the baby's legs, just like this.
You should use this kind of plastic.
Then we keep it back in this potty, okay? And then baby will be wrapping very tight, so he will stay in the same position while sleeping. Babies will not move. But these diapers were only used when the babies were sleeping.
Yes.
And also we have these pillows here, which usually we put underarms for the boys to make their shoulders bigger. And for the girls, we have them here to make them slimmy. And
You should put that on.
And we have another custom which we still keep following, that before 40 days after birth, we never show our babies to any other people rather than the closest members of the family. But after 40 days, we usually make a small celebration in which we invite our relatives, our friends to show the babies to them. And on such events, we also invite our singers to perform some traditional songs. So one of such beautiful songs we would like to perform for you now, dear guests.
That's the
What?
It's the groom.
Who is?
the one in the brown.
Kaynanana kaynanana serseri Çocuklar var Bu beyaz eşarfı kaldırıyor, gelini tanıştırıyor. Yeni gelin. Ocak beyaz örtü. Kırmızı örtü kızı. Turisttir ya, turisttir.
Go get more candies.
Please pick up all the candy.
Çarşafka şattık